let's talk about 4o. So I think that for O means 4 stands for omni-channel, which means that it can probably have a multimodal sort of a model where the speed of processing is increased, even if the formats of the inputs are different. For example, voice, text, videos. And although at one end, like when 4o was presented, I was personally literally blown off because it kind of reduced the latency, the kind of inferences that it was drawing, and even the video feature where you can actually record a video and it can tell you in real time what is happening. And also while you're coding, it can kind of assist you in education and all. So I personally feel that the piece of technology that was created was very impressive. If you take away all the controversies associated with it, let's just spend some time on 4o. Like, what are your views on those?
So speed-wise, it has really improved, and like the latency is really low. But I'm not too confident on the quality part because so lately even GPT-4 was just so, and there are a lot of theories that OpenAI can control the quality of output. Maybe GPT-5 they would want to launch, and to have that wow effect, they would want the quality of 4 to be reduced. But these are just theories. 4o wise, when I used it in a couple of things, like it was okay. It was okay. Like it was not significantly better than GPT-4 that we were already using. And like apart from Llama and Mistral, I think it was okay quality wise, but speed was definitely better. From an API point of view, I don't think we have used it as of now, but maybe in the next week we'll be doing so. So probably we can take that up.
Right. Technically, the difference between the 4o and the previous models is that previously, if you had to develop a speech kind of a platform where somebody is responding to your voice, it had to go through multiple models, like text to speech, then speech to again text, and then to the end consumer, right? Mm-hmm. The change that has happened on Google GPT-4o is it accepts voice, image, video, and text natively, right? There is no pre-processing that needs to happen for the LLM to actually process the text and then send it back, then reprocess it to voice or video and give it to the end user. So that's a big advancement in terms of the technology that has happened with the GPT-4o. And similarly, the same thing that Google also demonstrated with Project Astra. So they also launched the native functionality where the AI model natively understands video streams, natively understands audio, and natively understands text as previously it does. So I guess it is moving in a very, like, it's very moving very fast. But yeah, it also is moving in a space where a lot of possibilities open up. So one of the demo that I was really interested and blown away about was that when GPT-4o was run on the desktop and you could just screen share whatever code you're writing. And the GPT-4 was able to just see the code and give you some suggestions or maybe debug it just right on your PC without you copying, pasting something, sending somewhere and getting a response. It was just like somebody sitting beside you with a screen share or doing a pair programming over the internet and giving you suggestions. So that was really an exciting thing, and it is a really good thing for like upcoming developers, people who are under training. They can really utilize it to like amplify their growth and learning.
But the way GPT-4o was released, I think it was more to compete with Google than as a real update, because in terms of, like, when I also use GPT-4o, like, these are all good things, like it is multimodal, there are few new features and everything, but usability wise, the kind of output it is generating versus the GPT-4 Turbo, there has not been a significant betterment for me also. Like, you still have to, like, in terms of quality, we saw a significant increase from GPT 3.5 to 4. but it has not been so. So maybe, this was not in terms of the capability or the performance, but also maybe in terms of features. They increased a few things, and also the way that launch was done and it was timed, the way it was shot, and after that now the controversies that are happening, I think it proves that it was directly competing with Google, and therefore they hurried it, maybe.